and you build one of those things, and usually they have a fairly simple what's called test oracle built into them. As long as the system keeps responding, then I'm happy, because that means it hasn't crashed or gotten into a weird state, right? If it gets wedged, then it stops, and you try to reconstruct how it got there. So I think if you want to test really long sequences of states, often from a reliability perspective, then that dumb monkey approach is the better way to go. If you want to test some length of sequences manually because you're worried about particular kinds of malfunctions that would occur, then I would think that you could kind of reason out how long that sequence would need to be, and use that switch technique. Now, it's possible that that can be less work than it might otherwise appear, because what can happen is if there are not a lot of outbound transitions from the states, then the tables actually can be smaller than you might think. And also, if there are a lot of situations where once you've entered into a given state, that pretty much clears your history and resets the application, then that can make a whole sequence of transitions no longer really interesting, and you can eliminate them. So there are ways to kind of prune those switch tables to try to get them to focus on the stuff that you really care about. And I'd recommend doing that. I think it's just sitting down and arbitrarily creating like a switch table that goes up to like 5 transitions long or something is going to be a huge hassle. It's going to be a lot of work, and I think the value would start to diminish there. So, it's an interesting technique, but as you try to extend it into longer sequences, I think you have to be really cautious about expending a tremendous amount of time on something that's not necessarily of a great deal of benefit. Other questions? It's also completely clear and straightforward that you're all totally enlightened, running off to create switch tables, or you're just totally perplexed. Okay, so let me go ahead and close this out here. So closing notes. Close the session. Let me tell you a bit more about the resources available through RVCS. Run these webinars once a month. So you can find the sign up on the rvcs-us.com website, as you did, Steve, right at the very beginning. You can sign up pretty much at any point. If you'd like a special webinar presentation for your company only of this webinar or any other topic related to software testing, please contact us at info@rvcs-us.com or via the website. So we have a last-minute question from Jeff here. Can you send the information to download the slides so I can review? You don't actually need any information there. You go to the RVCS website, you go to the either the articles page or the basic library page, one of the two, and the slides are there. So, easy enough. If you don't receive our regular free newsletter, you can sign up at www.rvcs-us.com. The newsletter gives you valuable discounts on consulting and training services, and a regular newsletter, surprise, surprise, includes a featured article on software testing and quality and news about what RVCS and its partners are doing lately. You can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/RVCS and on Facebook at facebook.com/pages/RVCS-INC. And there's a digital library that has recordings of these webinars. All the webinars we've ever done are recorded if you want to catch up on those. They're also available in podcasts, and we have videos there. So, for example, there's a bunch of videos on risk-based testing, which I think you guys are doing here, right? Didn't Judy came out here and did a kickstart on that?
We did a platform kickstart.
Oh, it never made it out here, huh?
No.
Oh, because we've done it at a whole bunch of places, and yeah, I guess it just never got here. Okay. So there's a video of the risk-based testing training course that's out on our digital library. It's like 2.5 hours long. So that's all free stuff. There are podcasts that are available. You can subscribe via iTunes on just enter RBCS podcast in the search string, and then there's also the videos are posted on YouTube. So the same thing, just RBCS software testing is the search string, and you'll find them. So that concludes the webinar. Thanks to CA for hosting me, and thanks to everybody for showing up. And hope to